If you're doing everything you can and they still do not convert, it's a red flag.
The funnel doesn't work, and you even can get like more expensive leads and more expensive sales, and it will be not profitable in the end if you do something wrong in this whole process.
Marketing budget should be at around 10%, if not 15 and even 20, if that's a low end services. Don't think of it as like $30 a day or $50 a day. Think of it, how much do I want to make, and put 10, 15%, better 15% to the marketing side.
Let's go into the kitchen remodeling, into the ads.
We normally, and if you do it yourself, well, I'll pray for you. Normally do it with the agencies. It's just easier. You don't have to be wasting all that time yourself, because it is like a lot of time, and you should make sure you're putting this time in your actual business, which is remodeling, which is residential construction. And you're not doing this because this is a different business. Like you, besides your business, if you're going to do marketing, you pretty much have to understand a completely different business, know how it works, know how to get leads in. And it's just easier to have a partner, dedicated partner, who's going to be doing it for you. If you trust someone, if you know they got good results, just go for it. There is no reason to wait. Like, they're going to deliver, you have some contracts in place. Yeah, that's perfect. So what we're doing in here is, with this right here, the ad we have, it's going to look different from all those ads you guys are going to see, and we'll give you a small tip on how you can actually see your competition in the place you live and where you actually market. What you want to do is make sure you look different. Like, you want to make sure you give the expectations in the ad, and your marketers are doing this, and they don't look like anyone else, in the sense of they don't put, hello, Seattle homeowners, we're doing a discount of 10%. Yeah, have a look. We're fast, we're quick, we're we're premium materials. Like, no one likes that. A bunch of emojis, all that stuff. This is just a not serious marketing. It's like ChatGPT kind of marketing, and that's just for everyone who's doing it this way. Just consider either redoing it so the copy speaks to a client. So the text you're putting is going to speak to the client, and just the text itself, not even a form you're going to fill up, already going to do a disqualification. If it's not your client, it's not your client. It's going to go ahead and fill up another form or like whatever. But if it is your client, they're going to appreciate this thing and say in the comments. Most of the comments we have is like, man, yeah, I agree 100%. You're right. Can I get a quote? All that stuff. Obviously, we're going to have maybe one hater out of 10 guys, but again, most of the times it's just nice comments saying, yeah, you totally get me, and stuff like that. So in here we put a price. So this is the price. It says full kitchen remodel. So what we're doing right here is giving a really strong hook, so everyone's going to read through the copy. So this is just for hook, and this is just for disqualification of anyone who has less than 16,000 for a kitchen. And most of the times, guys, just remember, they're not going to remember what the ad said. They're going to have a feeling this second now, but when you're going to show up at their house, they're going to have no clue who you are, what form they filled up. They'll just know your number and the conversation you had. That's it. So you should understand that we're disqualifying here everyone who has less than 16,000 for a kitchen in Seattle. In different areas is going to be different. For different businesses, it's going to be different. And after that, you're just going to advertise in front of those guys that at least have 16,000. And what this means, even if they're not going to do a full remodel, which probably half of the times will happen, that they have this budget. So you can change the cabinets, repaint, maybe refinish, do new countertops. You don't have to do flooring. You don't have to do all the other work. Like, you can just give them a price based on some of the changes, like not the full remodel, but the partial remodel. And you can upsell on that. So we're pretty much making sure you can upsell at least for 16,000. Most of the times, obviously, it's going to be 20, 25, stuff like that. But this is a number that just gives you an idea of how you can be doing your ads and disqualifying them. Then the copy shouldn't look like other guys. People don't like to look at the ads. If it's too obvious it's an ad, they'll just scroll. So make sure it looks just a collage of pictures, your pictures, or like pictures of your friend or anyone from even a different place. You could just take them if you have an agreement or something. Put the nice looking pictures and expectations of what they can see, and doesn't make it look too shiny, too bright. Just put a good like marble kitchen, marble bathroom, all that stuff, and then you can pretty much go ahead and get actually good numbers with this. Just pre-picture collage. You don't need to be having a video. This works really well as a creative. Same thing for the copy, basic stuff. We just explain, we do a great work, small remodeling company, everyone appreciates it, right? We don't have salespeople or fancy trucks or bloated teams, so everyone appreciates this personal kind of touch they have. And yeah, they just fill up the form. We give a joke, for example, what a kitchen that feels brand new without spending like it's 2008. Just kind of have a good convo in there with them. Just imagine you're speaking with a client. That's what you should do in the copy. And then we have a form, which is a basic form. It's going to depend on the business. So we ask for a project they want to look, a small description,
Fedor,
then how
can
much.
I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me, these forms you say is a basic form. I understand that it's a basic form, but do all the businesses use this kind of form, or not
Yeah.
everybody is doing that?
Good question. So most of the agencies, if you will see, they'll actually use landing pages. So landing page is a well-converting one-page website. So it's pretty much a website that you just created just to convert, which I think is the whole reason for the website, right? Just get applications, just get people to apply, just get people to fill out the form. So most of them do this. But the thing is, you will get a higher quality, but you lose so many people in those cracks because there will be a bunch of questions and you'll get really good quality leads. But again, you'll pay 2 times more for that. And the cost,
Minimum
you'll
time.
still have the same people in there. You'll still have them. They'll still fill up that form. So you're having those guys plus somebody who doesn't have a time or is not willing to just go ahead and fill all those things up. Because some people, yeah, they don't have time. Maybe they're in the office or looking at that before going to sleep. Like they don't want to be doing all that stuff. So we do native forms with the Facebook, and then we do a calendar. We attach a calendar, which is a really nice touch, and I'll explain it in a sec. So
Mhm.
we do a basic question of a project, how much you've been thinking about remodeling it, a small description. I say everyone put it in there. And right here, we're not going to see it, but we put another thing before putting this. So here we ask for a name, phone number, zip code, email. So this gets filled up automatically. We do a small trick, and Facebook changed it a few months ago, and no one can do it anymore. But if you do a small trick and you don't ask for a phone number, so you use this for a phone number, but right here you can have another question right here and ask for a backup contact, and in the gaps we say just in case. And they're gonna put a contact, a phone number of a husband, of a wife. So they're pretty much a couple. You're gonna have a couple phone numbers. You're gonna have a wife, and you're gonna have a, let's say, a husband, or you're gonna have some girl and her friend or something, or her dad or something. So sometimes they'll put the same phone number still, but this is a really nice touch. It doesn't affect the conversion whatsoever. We see no difference. So right here, you can put another question just like this one. Just say backup contact, and then say in the gaps just in case, and that's
Backup
it.
content. This. I want to highlight this to the listeners or to the guys who is watching this on YouTube. Just this is very important because this way you will have like the real numbers, the real phone numbers, and you can catch your client. Because before that, Facebook didn't block this, and then they changed their policy recently, a couple of months ago, and it's not possible anymore to ask again for a number. And this is the trick how you can do this. We discussed that how much in percentage you can save or you can gain more in revenue. I understand
Yeah,
that this
it's
is 20
the
30%.
numbers. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, the numbers are crazy because 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3 people will give you a different phone number. So if you
Yeah.
do that thing and the conversion rate is the same, you're pretty much having another phone number like 30, 50% of the times, let's say 40% of the times, where you can text them, you can call them, you can warm it up, you can reactivate it in the future. And the thing is, this loan just gives you at around 20% more pickups, because if the person didn't pick up, and this will be
Right.
most of the times, the first time maybe you'll have 30% pickup rate because you call them, if you call them within the 30 minutes. And again, to highlight how important it is to call them as soon as you can. This is the biggest thing. If anyone knows Alex Hermosi, he was discussing this thing. Any business owner, he will discuss that thing. He'll explain why it's so important. People will pretty much have just a dedicated person just to call directly, because this gives you we did some math before and some calculations. If you call within first 15 minutes, it gives you 70% more pickup rate. So if before it would be, let's say, 10 people that will pick up a phone, I'm not sure from how many, let's say from 30, now it's going to be 17. Like, it's a huge difference. You can book all those people, and sometimes it's not because they're not interested, they don't pick up the phone, it's because they're just busy. So you can actually, within calling them, they're on their phone, they just filled that form out. So if you call within 5 minutes, it's at around 80%. So it's not even 70, it's at around 80% increase. And with this thing now, if you have 2 phone numbers, just imagine calling. If they don't even pick up, if it's like, because still half of the people just won't pick up. You call a different number, and even if it's a husband, you now can get to that person and you can say, yeah, your wife filled up the form, blah blah blah, we're this company from this place. I was just wondering if you guys gonna have a free estimate on us. We'll give you, a plan. We'll take all the measurements and let you know how much it's gonna be so that you guys can make a decision. Boom, that's it. You just book an appointment. This is really important. This is a good touch. It's not on this form because it's a different service and we're doing it, the ads a bit in a different way, but I definitely suggest you putting backup contact. So after this question, have another one, which is going to say backup contact, and in the gaps is going to say just in case. Obviously, all the basic info, and then they click submit, and after they submit, they already become the lead. But what are we doing on top of it, which most of the agencies are doing, but they're not doing it the right way? We're putting the link right there, not for the landing page, not for the website. We're putting a link right there just so that the book for a good built and good looking online calendar. Just go ahead, get the Calendly, get the link, and put the link instead of your website. Because trust me, guys, it's not going to convert whatsoever. You put here a link to your calendar, and in the description, you just ask for address. Boom, you're going to have yourself an appointment at a specific day and time already booked. Then you can go and confirm it with a business with a homeowner and say, yeah, we already have the time. Are we good to to have it? Yeah, we're good. And you just show up. There's nothing else you have to do. So right here, one of the examples I'll show is on this account, for example, if we go to calendars, we can easily see how much it changes everything, because not only you have to call everyone to set an appointment. With this thing, you get 1 out of 3 leads already book an appointment. So pretty much every third lead, we cannot call it a lead. It's already an appointment, because what the info they provide, and I'll show you right now, is pretty much on this interactive calendar is going to be explain what is going to happen. We'll have some explanation. We'll look forward to speaking with you, blah, blah, blah. And they'll have some openings. So let's say they have at 6 p.m. So this is my time. So for them, it's a bit different. So let's say I choose 6 p.m. I already choose a time window. I choose it for, let's say, next Monday. So we select, and then we have a form. We have a first name again, a phone number, just to kind of fill this thing up so it looks like an actual form. So we have a third phone number. They're going to leave a different phone number. But this all fills up automatically. And the most important thing is the address. So they give you right now full address, and they already booked the time for an appointment. So all you have to do is just call and say, "Are we good for this time of day? I just got I just saw your form. I saw you just applied. Yeah, we're good. Okay, perfect. I'll show up at this time of day. Boom. And here you have even extra details. Every third lead they actually have an appointment. So this is already 33%. So and now if we count how many people you'll call and book, that's exactly why most of the businesses we work with, they have around 50 to 55% on the appointment rate from the calls. And if you're going to do everything right, we have the cases where it's more than 60%. It's crazy. You just need to put a dedicated person to call them, or even if that's going to be you, and realistically it's few leads a day, so you can pick up the phone call them. And after that, you just need to have that calendar so that they can book it. This alone will give you at around 60% appointment booking rate. And this will give you so much more sales, because other people that don't do it, they have around 20-30% go to appointments. And then on the other hand, there is us that have around 50 to 60. So it's 2-time difference. It's crazy. I definitely suggest using it. So right here, put this link, boom, they click on it, they go to this page. They schedule, boom, you have it in the system, it goes there. That's how we do it. For the ads, I definitely recommend using agencies again, because it's not just something you can learn within a day. It's a big process. It's a different business. You're going to be pretty much trying to learn. It's a hard thing to do. So, but if you want to do it yourself, here's how we do it, so you can just copy it.
Yeah, what we have also discussed with Fedor before is that actually, can you do it yourself? Is it possible for not a homeowner, a business owner to make this setup for the Facebook yourself? It is possible, but we don't recommend doing this. It's the same like repairing your AC system or HVAC systems yourself. It's doable, but you need to really spend a lot of time. Or it's like doing the kitchen remodeling yourself as well. You can do it. Of course, a bunch of videos on YouTube, you can really learn how to do it, but it's not recommended for sure. Why? Because actually, not even why. Because we see in the market, but a lot of guys, even a lot of marketers who are doing these ads, they're still not running properly, and they don't deliver good results most of the time. So this is why a lot of business owners, they just stop Facebook ads. They not believe in those results. That they don't believe that this will work. This is why a lot of businesses, they just lose competition and lose money.
Something I want to also mention is for all the businesses, I think everyone remember the fail rate is at around like 90%, right? So for marketing businesses, it's even more. So you should consider, first off, what this means is understand that marketing is not easy. People fail because they don't know how to service the businesses they work with. And if they study it, you most of the times you're not gonna be able to deliver the same results. Another thing would be try to choose a trustable team that you know they do their stuff well. You know they have a website, they have some testimonials, some reviews, you've seen some of the results, or they even don't have anything of what I mentioned above. You just go and do a meeting with them and they show you all the accounts. They don't have to be public, maybe they don't want to be public. So just make sure they know what their stuff, they know that they can help your business, and they're not here for the money, they're here for a long-term success and a partnership, which I think any good marketing team or any good digital agency that there is, even if it's not marketing different things, they should aim to have this long-term partnership rather than just making some money right now, selling you for some service that's you're just going to leave them and that's it. I look for having clients for life. I know Daniel look to have clients for life. This is just our goal. So stick with those guys, choose them, and everything will work perfect. I can assure you.
So we strongly recommend to do these ads and any other marketing also with better to do with professionals. But it's again on your business decision. It's your business. Let's go into the CRM. So one of the main and the biggest question also is to connect marketing with sales, because sometimes you can say, okay, leads are not good. That I don't like the leads. They don't convert. I don't know. Your marketing doesn't work. This is what I hear a lot also in the marketing and from the business owners or from some agencies, from colleagues. But what we see a lot also in the market, but it's just not connected. The marketing is not connected to sales sometimes, or the sales may fail, even if it's connected. So you should keep your eyes also in not only on the lead generation, like I need more leads. You should also see what's happening in your sales process. Yeah. And this is actually what the CRM, if you have CRM in place, then you should also play with that CRM and set up automations and set up the flow, the pipeline. So this what will actually help you to win this game.
In marketing too, as Daniel said, any agency that will work with you, I suggest not hiring like a freelancer. Work with agencies because they don't just give you marketing. For us, we give a system. We also give sales practices. We have so much experience. We have a bunch of different documents for phone calls, for sales, for the system, for everything. So this is what most of the good marketing agencies will do. So choose precisely, choose your guys and go with them. This right here, what I'm showing right now, and I'll show the other thing, which is even more important. But this right here is the schedule for the business that spans at around 4,000 to 5,000 in marketing every single month. So like looking there, like Monday, we had 5 appointments, 1 got canceled. We had Tuesday, 4 appointments. Here we had 5 appointments. Here we have 3 appointments. Here we have, again, 5 appointments. So it's crazy. Like we have a bunch of different appointments in there. Just coming from, because some people book it just manually, as I said, from the lead forms. After that, they just book it on your online calendar. And some other homeowners, they go ahead, they you receive a call, you book it with them, and you put it on a calendar. The calendar will be that filled up if you spend that much money. If you're spending it around 1,000, which I was saying is like a basic budget, like let's say a month you're spending 1,500, you will have it around like maybe 2 appointments a day. So on a good day, 2, maybe sometimes 1. On this account, they spend more, they have more conversion, and that's exactly the reason why I want to showcase it. We have even bigger accounts. This one is just a perfect example for someone who's trying to get there, because this business, they did it in 4 months. In 4 months, they had nothing. May 1st, they had nothing pretty much. So right now, we're going to be finishing in month number 5, and I hope, when we hit the benchmark, it's going to be like maybe 6 months in, I think we'll hit the benchmark of 120,000 per month. That's how much they're aiming to do the upcoming next months of October. So showing right now the opportunity and your pipeline, This is a really important stage right here, which should be set up in the way that is more comfortable for you. We normally set it up specifically for businesses based on what they're requiring, based on what they ask. We obviously give you already a build up pipeline, which is completely set up, everything works fine. But if you want to add something extra, you can. For example, this business, they added a lot of extra. The pipeline should be always organized. You can have your guys in there. Why it's important, you can click on the guy. You can see what Ricky said yesterday. You can see some notes. You can see, for example, if we go to the leads, to the project that got closed, we go there, we can see some notes in there, some tags, what happened. So I know it's a bathroom. I know it's it's middle of Seattle. I know it's we closed the project. Maybe right here we can see the description about the person. We can see how much was the first deposit, were they happy, were they not happy, how we can accommodate the client, all that stuff. So looking at their pipeline, we have around 500 opportunities right there. So 100 of those opportunities, they come just from Messenger. So we were saying leads, this and this, right, Daniel? But I didn't
Yep.
even mention that 100 of those people, so pretty much 20%, they just messaged us, and this doesn't count as a lead. So those were actually Facebook Messenger, and it goes to the same pipeline, and you can see in there some of those people, it's Facebook Messenger, in-person quote, remote estimate. It's going to be Facebook Messenger. A lot of times it's going to be Facebook Messenger if you're looking right there, right? So those we're not even counting them for leads. So add up 20% on top of it, and we're going to have 500 leads come in for approximately 12 or 14,000 spent on the budget level. So right here, what we have is just a showcase on how normally it goes. So this is not really accurate because they didn't update all the prices in there for opportunity value, but I think it was at around should be around 600,000-700,000 and they didn't even close. But we know how much they closed from those appointments that they showed up and they were trying to to close the deal, and they actually did end up closing it. So if we're looking there for the last 4 months, they closed a bit more than 4 months. They closed 48 deals, and it averaged so it ended up being almost 400,000. So I think they'll finish this month, it's going to be 400,000. So they started with a budget of 1,000, and then they did next month they did 2,000, and now they're doing it around 5. So this just shows you that with spending at around 3,000-4,000, you can be making, if you're good at sales, if you know what you're doing, you have a process straight up. They have an assistant that put all those notes, that call everyone. You will have profit at around 100K a month, which just 3,000-4,000 on the Facebook level, just giving to Facebook. This is obviously
That's a
really
very
good
good number, I can tell you. That's a
yeah,
very good number, just to highlight
exactly.
this also.
So this is a great number because we're highlighting an account where they have an assistant, where they have a good marketing team, where everything is set up, and their sales skills are not that like they can sell. They sell 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5, but we'll have a look now. And why it's also important to have a system, not just because you can see it here, but because you have a dashboard. And what dashboard does, if it's set up correctly, it will show you all the numbers that we had. So if right now when I have a look how much we sold, let's say in the last 4.5 months, we can have a look and see that we gave out. I think it's actually a bit less than that in-person estimates, but we gave out at around let's say 1.5 million in estimates alone, right? Because some of those leads they'll be why it says 3 million, because some of those will be set as 7,000-8,000 or whatever, or 5,000 for a painting, but they didn't even come to the property, so we cannot be really counting those. So
Mhm.
they closed for 380,000 in the 4.5 months right here, and they had around 600 opportunities. 100 of those were just spam, so it's just somebody trying to sell you something, somebody trying to tell you, oh, your marketing is bad, let me work with you, and stuff like that. So we're not counting those. We're counting 500 that we saw before in the opportunities. Those are the ones that actually texted, that filled up the form, booked an appointment, and then right here, it gives an error, but most of the times right here, and it's good it actually gives an error, we can see the detailed description of what happened. How many deals did we close from those that booked an appointment? How many deals we closed from Facebook Messenger? How many deals did we close from just a normal lead that filled up just a normal form? And all the statistics will be in there. It's good it's not loading. We don't want to be showing those. It's some of the numbers will be personal. Same thing in there. I know for a fact that their website gets no attention whatsoever. So those website visits, and this is, by the way, just for the last month, because they got a website last month. So this is not counting, this is not counting the last 3 months. So again, you guys see it's still the same because it's in the last 30 days. So just from that, they got 270 views just from the marketing people who were interested, and they got 52 link clicks on their website. And then from those 52, just because we have a good converting website too, which we custom made for the clients that spend quite some money on the ads, they got 4 calls. So this is just extra, and all the statistics is in there. For Daniel, I would imagine they have the same statistic for Google Analytics. All that stuff is pretty much the same, even if it's a different CRM. So you can see a full report. You can understand how all of it works, and that's how you should build your system. And if you don't have it like this, take some time to build it, because it's so important to know all your numbers. It's so important to know how much you sold. It's so important to know how our sales guys are doing. If also listening to the calls, for example, here we have in reporting also pretty much the call, all the calls that we had, let's say in the last week. We can have a look how did the assistant, how good the assistant did. We had 20 calls. We can have a look at how they speak with them, what they say, all that stuff. If something goes bad, we can fix it. So pretty much have a full system that knows everything from A to Z. Like it sees everything that happens. Same thing goes for the conversations. Everything just looks good in one place. For example, here we just texted the person, right? A lead came in, we asked them again, they replied, boom, phone call. They probably booked an appointment. We have this from phone calls. As we can see, we have like just conversations through the messages, and we'll also have here messenger. We'll also have here email. So everything is in one place, which is a really good thing. And I suggest everyone having a CRM that just puts everything in one place. And even for the business owners, they receive their messages, their forms, and all that stuff. They receive it in here. So they receive, for example, we got a guy to fill up a form for a driveway for concrete. We see all the details with some details they gave, new driveway, their address. We see an extra one as well. So everything is just in one place. They filled up 2 forms. You have one in there, you have another in there, and you can reach out. You see it in the system. We can pretty much see that person right now in the system. If he came too late, it's probably the system will text him. For example, right here, it will text him at around like maybe and you'll text them at around, let's say, 7:30, 8 a.m. So it doesn't text them that late. So there's so many of those small details which you have to set out, which you need to have. So anyone who's watching, who has a marketing team or who's doing it in-house, try to optimize the way we're doing it. And I'll be honest, I know for a fact that we are not doing the best work. Like we're always improving things we have in the system, different messages, different practices, reactivation here, reactivation there. And this is what the good agency, I think, is doing, like always improving the stuff that they have. And this is what a good team, a good residential business for construction will also do on their marketing end. So just quickly, by the way, something I didn't show before and I actually want to show is the difference between the leads and the services. So right here we have like I would say heavier services, right? We have this service for like bathrooms, kitchens, painting, windows, stuff like that. But if you are a handyman, you're probably wondering like, how can we get the same results, and how much are we going to pay for small painting job or accent wall or media wall, like smaller repairs, right? Something to like 10,000, something that we're trying to get away from the smaller projects and go to the big ones. So right here is the statistics. I think we're doing ads for around just 20 days. So it's like a fresh campaign. So there's no excuse like, oh, this is an old account, everything got warmed up and all this stuff. So they spent, if we're looking right there, they spent what, like less than $700. They already got 106 leads. So this is really good and crazy numbers, because you take in mind this business, they're spending around like $35 a day. Right now it's a bit more than that even. So just considering how much they spend, they need already to have a sales team just to accommodate all those people.
Yeah, that's crazy. The numbers are great here. Yeah.
And the ads, again, it's just the simple collages of the pictures they did with a business owner right here, for example, or their projects. And it's doing good because we do a copy that just speaks to a client, and we show them that you don't have to overpay. You can pay with a local team that knows how to do things and will charge you actually a fair price without no hidden fees or anything like that. So this is how it works. So if it's a smaller service, consider that you can spend 1,000 and get way more leads than the bigger one, because for this one we're going to have the same 100 leads as for another one I showed, and in this one we're only going to have a budget of 1,000. On another account it's going to be 5,000. But the difference is here you only sell, I think average tickets like 4 or 5,000. Another business will sell on average ticket at around 15, 20,000. So this is the difference. but consider like what you're looking for. If you have something, some specialty you're doing, I can assure you, you'll find an agency that either like us doing everything they can, or something really specific like examples. They just do examples. You can go to those agencies and ask them like for some, results they had, some testimonials, maybe some showcase like we're doing right now, and you can already see if it's good, if it's bad, and consider doing it with someone else or do it yourself. Matter of fact, you can try to do it yourself.
Thank you for sharing that. I love this kind of results. That's awesome. Actually, I wish everybody has plus minus the same setup and plus minus the same results in this cost per lead and then also in revenue. That's great. Just to wrap this up, we have one more thing to share about the competition, how to check your competitors. We will spend a couple of minutes here and we will show you how can you actually check the competitors, how what they write in their ads, what they show up, all the other details actually also. The only thing we cannot see there is the result in the lead generation and some statistics from Facebook. But anyway, we can see a lot. And Fedor will share right now and how you can do this in your area.
It's called Ads Library. It's pretty much a library for all the ads. A lot of people, for some reason, they don't know this thing exists. So you just go in there, put the location, just put all, you can put US, but I would normally put all ads, and I would search up for, let's say, recent searches, Los Angeles kitchen remodeling, right? We're going for Los Angeles kitchen remodeling. We just put the location pretty much, and then the service you're trying to see people advertise. And right here, we'll see a lot of different ads pop up, all looking the same, but they are different businesses that do those ads, so you can have some inspiration. Most of the times it's the same thing. Remodeling kitchens in Ventura, select 5 homeowners. Everyone's doing the ads the same. People are not really filling up those forms up. The leads is obviously going to be almost 2 times more expensive than what we're doing. It's good they put the videos in, but the simple collage of a picture will work better, guys, trust me. People just want to see some of the pictures you have. They don't want to be watching a video unless your copy, unless your text is really bad. So maybe here a video will save up the situation, but if you have a good copy, if you speak with the client, they want to read what you have to say to them. They want to read your opinion. They want to see if you reflect their vision on how the kitchen should be built, on what the good team should be doing, etc. So right here we can see some of the ads. They all look the same. I guess everyone can see it. Those guys, for example, they took our thing with a good hook. They just stole it. But again, you can do whatever on Facebook. You can copy the ads, but it doesn't necessarily will give you the same results. And here we can see down below all the same ads, And here's our ad. So it speaks. It's a long ad. It explains. It's no emojis. And the funny thing is, people will think, oh well, it's gonna work worse because here's video, here's the description. But the good ad is the ad that doesn't look like an ad. It just looks like a post. So it just looks like something you want to have a look at, read, and have an actual look at the jobs they did, etc. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're prioritizing. Connection, not just this AI kind of like ChatGPT thing with the video, also AI voice, 100% sure. We're doing something where just, that's the business. For example, right here, we say, kitchen for that much, it's crazy, blah, blah, blah. So it's a huge copy. And the funny thing is, most of them will actually read it. So people that think, oh, they're not going to read this thing are really wrong. Like, they actually want to read this. They go through it if they're actually interested, and they fill out the form. So I suggest doing something like this with just collages, as I said before. And if you want to see your competition, another good thing is just click see ad details. For example, we want to see what those guys are doing. We click on see ad details. We go in there, and not only are we going to see the ad and we can watch the video. Another good thing, you scroll down below and you see additional assets from this ad. And we see where they put all their traffic. So we can see this is a native form, and the first saying is going to be just like in the form I showed you: your dream home remotely coming true, we'd love to help. Your personal information, so they ask for personal info. So how much you've been looking to get this project done, what remodeling services are you interested in, full name, phone number, email. So this is too long, like those questions shouldn't be that long. I can already tell it's probably not working well. Too many options in there, and in here as well, too many options. But they can, even with this, they can have good results, and you can pretty much copy it to your form, even if you want to do it yourself. And the good thing is, you can actually see the links they put at the end of the form, like
links, right?
Yeah, like I just showed for our calendar, for example. So we can go in there, we can put this in here, and we can see they put all this traffic on this website. The website doesn't look bad. The problem is it's not going to convert. And the difference with us, we already book appointments. The difference is we don't need to have a fancy looking website. You should only care about the numbers, unless you're spending 10,000 and you just want to show everyone that you're doing remodeling. You're not doing it for leads, you're doing it for attention. Unless you spend 10, 15,000, man, you just need to have people book time on your schedule and you show up at those houses. You shouldn't care about all of this stuff. They probably spend a lot of money on this. It's not converting. No one's booking. Maybe some of the people will click book free consultation, and I can assure you it's going to be a long form. It's already loading for a long time. Yeah, we need to click again. So where do we book it? Where do we click? We don't know. We don't have a form. We don't have anything in there. So make either a landing page, so good converting one-page website that's going to have already imported form in there, or just go ahead and have a form, not this thing where I click and it doesn't open anything, right? Even if I click here, it opens the same page, just close. So those guys, they're definitely not getting enough appointments. So don't make their, don't do their mistakes. Learn from their mistakes and do your thing, do the good ads if you want to do it yourself, or hire a good agency that will be doing it for you, with actually giving a priority to your business, highlighting what are you trying to put in front of the homeowners? Who are you? Like, what are you doing? Not just this, right? Something more important. So this is just a small tip
100%.
that will help you. Just have to have a look. Again, just to summarize, you guys can always have a look at the ads library, have a look at the ads, see if your leads are expensive, see how big is your conversion rate, because that's what should actually matter, how many deals you close based on the leads you have. See if your marketers do enough, see if they just use ChatGPT, see for yourself if you want to try it out. You might do it. Nobody's going to stop it. Just take some precaution and go online and search some information, and then make sure you actually understand what you're doing, and then you could go ahead, try it out, see how it works. Or work with an agency like Daniel's agency for marketing for HVAC businesses and any sort of businesses, whether it's, I know you guys are doing Google SEO, all this stuff. We've been working for some time right now. I know the guys are doing a great job too. Or go ahead and opt in for someone like us who's just doing Facebook, who's setting this thing up as well. It can be anyone. It can be any agency that you just feel a connection with, really, and they give you good results.
Yeah, that's correct. And just a tiny tip to add about the competition analysis is that you can actually make a list of your competitors, and you can check not only by the services but also by the names of the companies which you have in place for the competition. Thanks again for sharing all this information with the numbers, with the cost per leads, with the numbers of revenues, with everything. So I'm sure, guys, that you got a lot of value from today's workshop, and thank you for watching. And I will put all the details to contact me and to contact Fedor in the description below. And also, if you still have some questions, if you still have something to share, drop the comments below, and we will come and answer and comment on that. And we will see you also in the next episode, because we are preparing something new. We will come up with new videos with the new information and new case studies to show you and to share some new experiences in the nearest future. So stay tuned, stay with us, and make more money this season and the next year with the right marketing, with the right setup of marketing. Fedor, thank you again for being here, for spending this time and sharing your expertise. Yeah, a couple words from your side to our visitors.
Well, I'm glad we did this meeting. I hope anyone who had any questions about marketing, about the ads, the Facebook, maybe the agency question, now it's all cleared up. You guys have a clear vision. You know what's the next step. Thank you, Daniel, for having me. I mean, I'm really happy to be there. If anyone else wanna have or see another video about the sales, how do we actually do the back of a backend? So actually the calls we recommend doing for the assistants, how they come up to the estimate, some of the tricks you can do on the estimates to sell more. How do we help those businesses now? How you can implement it, with just our advice, I guess. Comment down below. I hope we'll make a video such as this. And yeah, it was a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Bye. Next time.
Bye.